Hey everyone, my name is Chris Green, and today's video is all about sustain pedals for your home studio. This video is being brought to you by the members of my YouTube channel. So if you're interested, if you haven't already hit the like and subscribe button, go ahead and do that. And if you want to support the channel to see more videos just like this, hit the join button below any of my videos to become a member today. Special shout out to all the members so far. You'll be able to see their names listed whenever we go to the pedal cam view. If you're like me, when you go looking for a sustain pedal in your home studio, you're most of the time just looking for whatever happens to be lying around. I don't mean to pick on this company. I don't think you can find this pedal anymore, but this is a Chroma cast sustain pedal. It is extremely flimsy. As I hold it in my hand, it very much feels like a Roku remote that I would use for a TV. Everything is very plastic and lightweight. Now, it very much resembles a sustain pedal and will get the job done for you, but if I were somebody that were traveling around, if I were using a sustain pedal every single day in my home studio, then this would not cut it whatsoever. The cable feels like it's just about to snag off at any minute. There's no slip guard on the bottom. There's no rubber grip. So even though this can get the job done, I can guarantee you it will influence how you're playing music in your studio. Viewers of the channel will know that I got this last Christmas from my wife. This was purchased on Amazon. It is a Valdi BP-3, and this is a nice red finish. And the first thing I noticed as soon as I got this thing in my hands is that it is certainly weighty. I would dare say that this pedal weighs at least 3 times the amount of the Chroma cast. Now, this is still going to have plastic involved, but as you can see, it is very smooth and aesthetically pleasing. You can pick whatever color you like. We'll get to that in just a moment, but it certainly fits all of the things that I need a sustain pedal to do. On the bottom, you've got this nice rubberized grip, so it's not going to be sliding all over the place. It's very weighty, so it will definitely stay. If you're using like a carpet or a rug, you're definitely not going to have to worry about this moving even a centimeter. Also, you'll notice that this cable is extremely long. This long cable is also very thick, so this is held up extremely well in my home studio. Couldn't recommend it enough, and links will be in the description for any of the pedals we talk about in today's video. Now, because of the magic of YouTube, the folks over at Valdi actually saw my video last Christmas and they said, hey, we've got several other colors that you might want to check out from Valdi. So they sent over several ones that we can look at for today's video. Now let's talk about colors of the pedal. So the BP3 is going to come in 4 different colors. I want to give you a little sampling of each of the pedals so you can make the decision that's right for you. I certainly gravitated toward the red Valdi BP3. It's very resemblance of those Nord stage pianos that you see all over the place, particularly in worship music. The red looks really great and it stands out in a room like this, which is actually really like monotone and dark. But if you're in a dark space working on a stage or anything like that, you definitely might want to check out this white BP3 pedal. This one has also been very popular from what I've heard. Next, we have the blue and the traditional piano black colors. I do think the black one is very modern. It's a very safe color to go with, and it also looks great compared to a lot of the sustain pedals like I mentioned. If you're scrolling through Amazon, a lot of times sustain pedals, they just look too boxy or they look pretty cheap. Because it's got this rounded design, I really like, even if you went with the piano black color, you're getting the same benefits of that rubber grip on the back. You're getting a very weighted pedal. You're also going to have a thick long cable for you to be able to use. There's also this blue color available, which also in a room like this, the blue really stands out. If I'm looking under my desk and I've got a bunch of pedals and wires all over the place, this blue is going to stick out just fine. And like I've said before, if you have a need to make a switch, if you plug in your digital piano or your digital keyboard and this sustain pedal isn't working, just simply flip the switch that's on the back and it should match up with whatever your manufacturer's needs are. This is important to note as well that when you receive your Valdi BP3, it's going to have this like protective dust cover that goes on your sustain pedal. You can certainly hold on to these. I think that if you're a traveling musician or you're throwing this in a backpack or this is going to be moving around quite a lot, you definitely want to keep this cover on as long as possible. You can also use it while you're performing. Now, when you first receive the items, there's going to be a sort of jelly material, like a little plastic piece that needs to be removed. That, of course, needs to be removed so that you can get the most out of your sustain pedal. But this dust cover is simply just snaps off, revealing the shiny metal underneath. Now, up to this point, we've been talking about the BP3, these 4 sustain pedals in different colors. They are, of course, available internationally on Amazon as well, but there's one version of the pedal that's only available if you happen to be in Korea, and this is the BP1H. This one does have the half dampening effect that many of you in the last video have been looking for, But you just need to know that this half dampening effect is not for every keyboard. So if I plug in this TRS cable into my native instruments controller, this pedal will not work. So it needs to be a very specific manufacturer for you to get the most out of the BP1H. Now, since I've received this red pedal from my wife back in last Christmas, I do want you to notice some of the wear and tear that's happening on the outside of the pedal. Now, all plastic to some point is going to degrade over time, but I really don't mind what's happening to this pedal. I think it actually gives it a lot of character. And many of you out there, if you're in the electric guitar world, I wouldn't say this is like one of those road worn where it's just chipping away at the paint, but this is more of like a checkered pattern that seems to be happening. You see a little bit of scratches and things, but it's certainly not peeling away any of the paint. It definitely looks like it's been worn in, and that's a good thing. I think it's taking some of the polish off, and it looks like somebody actually uses this pedal rather than something that's just completely sleek. Rather than just looking at the Amazon ads for the BP3 pedals, I will say that some of my favorite colors, you really can't go wrong. I think the white and the black are definitely a go-to if you're looking for something that's going to fit in with your normal setup. But I like the blue in this space because as you look around in my home studio, things are rather dark. Most of it's gray, brown, and black. So whenever I have a splash of color, whether that is red or blue, I'm going to be able to see it right away. So as you're scrolling through Amazon, looking through different sustain pedals, I definitely think the Valdi BP3 series of pedals is going to stand up above the competition. Everything that I mentioned before, the colors, the weight, the feel, it just gets it right. So links will be in the description of this video for all 4 different colors, whether you're looking for the white, black, blue, or red. My name is Chris Green. If you enjoyed the video, I want to encourage you to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Again, thank you so much to the members for supporting the channel. I hope you enjoy more videos here on the channel. I'll see you next time. All right, bye.